Today, I've got a $200 system that is capable of playing nearly every single game on the market right now in medium to high settings in 1080p. Let's check it out. So as usual, I'm doing my daily PC building or looking for parts to buy to build computers, and I put up something on the marketplace saying that I'm buying PC parts. And a guy by the name of Jacob actually messaged me saying that, hey man, I've got two computers sitting in my room at the moment. They're not doing anything, and yeah, I just kind of want to get rid of them. He said $100 for each box. So I said, all right, shoot. Well, what's the specs of the computer? So here are the specs of the computer. The first one that I'm going to be actually showing today. The second computer I'll probably do a video on another day. So the specs of the first computer, it actually came with an i7-3770 CPU. It also came with an Intel stock cooler as usual. The motherboard it came with was a PDZ77 Pro. It also came with 4GB of HyperX RAM DDR3. Came with a 1TB hard drive that was completely formatted by him, so that was neat as well. It came with a 750 watt high-tech PSU, and it came in just a basic Cooler Master Black ATX case. As soon as I saw the i7, the 3rd gen i7 in there, I was like, I must have this for $100. This is a killer bargain. The second computer I actually picked up was a computer with an i7-3820 CPU. It also came with an Intel stock as per usual, the cooler. The motherboard actually caught me really off guard, which is the Sabertooth X79, which they go for quite a bit just on their own at the moment because it's such a good and powerful platform still. It also came with 4GB of HyperX DDR3 RAM, just like the other one. Came with a 1TB hard drive that was fully formatted, and also came with a 625 watt Cooler Master Extreme power supply. And it also came in a really neat NZXT Black ATX case with just like 4 fans, which is really awesome. So I picked both of these computers up. So the one we're checking out today is actually the first one I mentioned with the i7-3770 CPU in it. And I will do a video on the i7-3820 another day. So all up to build the computer, it cost me $200. Reason being is I bought a GTX 770 2GB Asus Overclock Edition for $50, and I also had a MX330 tempered glass black ATX case, which I bought for $45, and that was brand new. So the overview of the specs after the $200 I spent was the i7-3770. I had a H7 Cryorg cooler on it because I got that for free off a nice lady when I bought a graphics card. She just threw it in for me, so that cost me nothing. The motherboard obviously being the PDZ77 Pro. The RAM, I actually pulled out 4GB of the other computer and put it in this to make it 8GB of 2x4 HyperX DDR3 RAM. That's clocked at 1600 MHz. The graphics card is a GTX 770 2GB Asus Overclock Edition, which I bought for $50. The storage was a 1TB hard drive. Power supply being the 750 watt high-tech power supply. The case, MX330 tempered glass black ATX edition, that was $45. And I have 3 case fans in there, 2 intake and 1 being exhaust. For the benchmarks, I will be not doing any overclocking aside from the RAM, which will be clocked at 1600 MHz just because I want to see how the raw performance is with the 3770 just at its stock clocks. I know you can definitely overclock it, but yeah, I'm just going to keep it at stock for now. Before we get into the benchmarks, if you guys are not on my Discord, you are missing out. We have a bunch of fun over there. That's where most of my viewers hang out, especially from the streams as well. We talk a lot of tech deals. I post my daily tech deals that I actually get, and I just post a bunch of random stuff. There's alerts there for when I go live on Mixer or if I post a new video on YouTube. It's the best way to know and the best way to actually get there first, so I recommend joining it. Link will be in the description. And now let's get into the benchmarks to see how this baby performs. Alright, dudes and dudettes, here are the temperatures that you all been waiting for. So the motherboard hit a max of 46 degrees. Don't even look at that 110 degrees, like I say every time, it's just bugged. The i7-3770, it hit a max of 54 degrees on the package of the cores. So all 4 cores pretty much hit 54 degrees. We go down, that's my hard drive, 27 degrees, that's fine. And the 770 actually hit 76 degrees. But the thing was, I wasn't tampering, sorry about the birds. Shut up. I wasn't actually tampering with the fan settings. They were just set to auto, and I believe it hit no higher than 42 degrees. This bird, I swear. So if you actually tamper with the fan settings a fair bit, it should drop in degrees or temperatures. So yeah, there's the temps for you. Moving on. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the $200 computer I built from scrap. It performs pretty damn awesome for what I'm getting. Aside from not much availability to actually upgrade, the i7-3770 is still an awesome CPU to use, and it will actually run a GTX 1060 or even 1070 with very minimum bottlenecking. And it probably won't even bottleneck in half the games you play. So for $200, if you had the option to go and get these parts and build it yourself, would I recommend it? Absolutely I will. Because this, especially the CPU, is very powerful. The graphics card can always be upgraded to a higher end graphics card that'll give you availability to actually play on 144Hz monitor at a solid 144Hz, especially if you're playing esports games. You can always upgrade to 16 or 32 gigabytes of RAM with the PDZ77 motherboard. Power supply is much more, it's just powerful enough to actually run a lot of the components that you might want to upgrade to. So with that said, if you see these parts out there and for similar pricing that I got them, I definitely recommend getting them, just because its price to performance is nearly unbeatable. There's definitely other things that you can get out there that might be cheaper or might be a little bit more expensive with a massive gap of performance, but if you could get this stuff, you're set, you're good to go. So would absolutely recommend all these components, and even the GTX 770 is still pretty good. If you can get a 4GB variant, it's very good as well, as I do recommend the higher VRAM so you can play at higher settings. But if you're not fussed about playing high settings and you're happy to play low settings, that's up to you. Then yeah, you're good to go. With that said, guys, I'm going to head out. Thank you for watching another Take It Out video. I will see you in the next one. If you're new here, click the subscribe button. Help me get to 150 subscribers. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, guys.